On his recent podcast, Raven mentioned his plans to go to Smoky Mountain Wrestling following his departure from the WWF in 1994, where he would have debuted his Raven character. This didn't materialize for one reason or another, as he ended up working in ECW. I would like to know, in the alternate universe, where he wound up working for you instead of Paul Heyman, how would he have fared in Smoky Mountain Wrestling? Whom might he have feuded with? And how you might have utilized the Raven persona?
Well, I have no fucking earthly clue how I would have done that, because I didn't know about it. I was talking to Scotty, but he wasn't Raven yet, at least as I recall. Obviously, he was about to debut the Raven character, as they say. I was just talking to him as a talent. He had worked for the WWF as manager, but he'd worked Memphis as a wrestler, and he'd been around for a while, and he was in, I'm going to say Atlanta. I think he was living in Atlanta. And, I was obviously always looking for talent, and I talked to him about coming in. But to be honest, I believe, as I recall, at the time, Paul was interested in using him also, and Paul was going to be able to pay him a little bit more money than I was, and that's basically the only reason it didn't happen. But I don't remember him telling me I've got this idea for, and truthfully, it'd been the worst thing he could have ever done, because people in East Tennessee and Eastern Kentucky wouldn't have got fucking Raven. That was perfect for that, the 90s grunge rock thing, and it was perfect for ECW, is what I'm saying, that gimmick. Whereas I don't know, I never actually really understood it too much to begin with, because I don't like fucking grunge rock music, and I thought Kurt Cobain took the pussy way out, so I was not immersed in that culture, so I wouldn't have known what to fucking do with it. So all of us probably made the right decision. And I'm not knocking it and saying it was bad or whatever. He obviously dominated a lot of ECW, but I don't know how that would have particularly fit in Smoky Mountain. We were doing, old-fashioned fucking Southern wrestling, and that's what the people there understood.
When you and the crew from Smoky Mountain Wrestling came up in November of 94 to work for Dennis, including the NWA title tournament in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, he was on those cards. He was working for Dennis. Was that where you had this conversation about him potentially coming in?
You know what? That's where it probably started, and we continued on the phone. Because did he start with Paul shortly after in 95?
He started at the beginning of 95 with ECW.
There you go.